Good evening, everybody. Welcome to IndyILR Racing on our Thursday night here for ILR7. And as you can see, it's a very wet Hockenheim track here for the German Grand Prix. I'm commentator Omwa, and yeah, here we are, round 7 now. We're starting to sort of get into the tail end of the season now, and I'll have championship standings up for you now. And yeah, last week we saw Pete have yet another retirement. His third of the season. He's had only 3 finishes this season, they've all been wins. But what that retirement did do was that it brought the championship a lot closer, and I have a feeling we're going to see it possibly get a little bit shaken up today. Wet qualifying throws many people's plans out the window. It'll be a dry race, so we don't need to worry about that then later on. But it does mean that we're going to get yeah, a varied qualifying session, and when people are sliding around like Khalifa was just there, we could see a mixed up grid, and it could change the whole complexion of this race, and indeed the championship as well. And coming into round 7, it is still Pete up at the top in driver standings, but there are 3 people still who can take that off him today. 10 points behind him is Moonshot, and he is sadly not here today, so we can't take it today. But we can still see Khalifa and Bill go for it, 14 and 18 points off respectively. And you know, if we see another sort of shaky race from Pete again today, you know, we could see that happen. We could see another little swing in the championship and finally see a different championship leader. But yeah, we've got Germany, Italy, USA, Japan and Brazil to come. And they're all sort of tracks where we can see a lot of upsets, and well, Khalifa's very far up ahead already at the start, even though he was having some errors. You can see he was pushing it quite a lot. But yeah, I think we're in for a very good race today. So hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all having a lovely Thursday. And I hope you're all looking forward to the race tonight. Obviously, we still have a lot more races to come after this. This is only the first of 12 races. 8 on the PS4 and 4 on the Xbox One. We've got ILR6 will be running alongside this, but who cares about that? I got this up first, so you should just watch me because I'm better than them. We've also got 1080p streaming, so haha, winning. But after this, at 8 PM, we've got ILR4 and ILR5, and so yeah, like I say, straight after this, so you can get a double bill of races tonight, as always. So hope you stick around for those later on. I'm an ILR5 if you want to watch me racing. But we have seen in the past, I always seem to lose my front left end plate, so it may not go to plan exactly as Khalifa extends his advantage. On Friday nights, we've got all 4 Xbox tiers, so ILR1 to 4, all at 7:30. That's on Friday nights. That's tomorrow night. So just tune into those. I think some of them are on Twitch. I think ILR3 is on YouTube, primarily live, but the others are on Twitch, I believe. And then Sunday we've got ILR1 at 5, ILR2 and 3 at 7. I'm not going to be here for ILR2, so you're going to have to miss me for that one, apologies. And then you've got ILR Americas at 10 PM. So yeah, that's your schedule for the week. And yeah, currently we've got Khalifa at the top of the standings. Only 2 people yet to set a time, and that's not Fernando and Murdoch, as Khalifa retires. I don't think that was exactly what he had in mind. I think he's lost it at the same place as he did before, and you can see his car is, yeah, it's lost his front right wheel. We saw him lose it there at the start of the stream, and he's just gonna have to hope that the track doesn't improve from here on out. Otherwise, he could find himself in a lot of trouble early on in this well, race. Hopefully, we don't see him fall down too far, because obviously he is a championship contender. But incidents like that could really put you in some trouble, so we'll see what happens. We're currently watching his teammate in the other Mercedes. Now, obviously, we're seeing a bit of a Mercedes masterclass in real F1. Are we going to see the same here? They're currently 1 and 4. And just getting a tweet out here, just, you know, letting people know that this is live. I mean, I'm trying to do Instagram ones as well, but I don't think anyone really cares. Hey, all for the extra views. We got 30 viewers last week. I'm still in awe over that, by the way. We just had such a good stream last week, and I'm so sort of happy and motivated by it. So I'm really hoping, yeah, we have another good stream tonight. And yeah, let's see what people are saying in the chat. see what people are doing. Obviously, we got the classic from Lenny there. I think we all should probably know at this point. Yeah, we should all know at this point, you know, what he's going to say. I'm being told to shut up by Matt, so I guess I'll just ignore that. We got Howitzer here as well, and we have Jake, of course, supporting Bill as always. Watching the championship later at the moment in the wet conditions. This appears to be the most difficult part of the track then, turn 7 towards turn 8. Well, we've already seen Khalifa retirement session. We're seeing Pete sliding about just after that, actually. But, yeah. It's just all about keeping your head this session. If you can get a few clean laps under your belt, then you'll start to get some momentum, and then eventually you will start setting faster times. And you can see, Pete has slowly whittled that gap down. And will we see this lap take over? You can see he's nearly out of deployable energy, so he's really giving it everything. And towards the line he comes, and he goes fastest by just under 0.4 of a second. And Khalifa, with 10 minutes to go, is going to start sliding down the order, I think. And, yeah, we will see what's happened there. There's been an incident with OKK. I'm trying to see if he's hit anyone. You may hear an ice cream man in the background. Yeah, ignore that. But, yeah, OKK's broke his front wing. I don't really quite know how he's done that. We sort of caught the tail end of that. I don't know if he hit someone or not, but oh well. Looks like Baz is out of fuel. Coming back into the pit. I don't think Pete went again, by the way. He didn't. He's 4 seconds down in his first sector. Trying to find someone on a fresh set of tires, see how they're doing. Here's Kyle. We'll see how he gets on. And, yes. Through the first sector, the ice cream man still going. It's very distracting. Okay, shut up now. And, yes, anyway. Let's ride on board then. It may not be the fastest lap of all time, but it's already a little bit down on Pete's fastest time. But I want to see a lap on board, see how these guys are getting on, see, you know, sort of what's happening here. And particularly at the turn 6 here, you may find, I believe it's turn 6 anyway. I always call it as turn 6, but it never feels like it's turn 6. But anyway, you always see the braking become very difficult in turn 6 and here as well, turn what would be 8, I guess. And you can see Kyle sort of got that done rather well. I mean, if you get it even just a slight bit wrong, you could find yourself off the track in Narnia. But I don't think anyone really, except Khalifa and OKK, has seen so far anyway. No one's really went off in Narnia like that, so people seem to be keeping it rather clean. But yeah. To only have one retirement so far isn't awful. I think Murdoch might have a qualifying ban, by the way, as Pete has his usual disconnect. Hopefully he'll come back in time for the start of the race as Cal goes 8. I think Murdoch has a qualifying ban. I think he was meant to take it last race in Britain, but I assume him still being in the pits is telling me that he's just going to have to take it this week instead. Which is okay. I mean, I think he got a good result in Britain. I think everyone's really who finished got a somewhat decent result. But, yeah, we've got 12 people here already. Hello, welcome. Hope you're having a great day, having a great life. And, looking forward to some racing. And Matt has removed a comment to tell me to shut up. Oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. As Jono goes a little wide there, and he's doing a bit of drifting towards the start of the final sector. And yeah, he looks to be struggling a little bit. As you can see, he's went drifting again, and he should get that back under control. Just when there's no one behind him, though, as Kyle also leaves the session. We're seeing a couple of connectivity issues then, it appears, which is a little irritating. Hopefully everyone comes back alive, and hopefully Jono comes back alive as well. He's looking a bit shaky, isn't he? He's, well, he's been already off the track on that lap. He's slid a couple of times as well, and still only ends up 5 seconds off the pace. You would have thought it'd be more nice going off again at turn 1. He's really throwing that back end round. I wonder if he's got a high ballast. But it's made it very entertaining to watch, I'll give it that. But let's watch someone else who maybe has a better chance. Voss has had a decent first sector by the looks of it there. As wide goes a Toro Rosso. Like I say, if you get that braking zone wrong, I think that was Beesma was. If you get that braking zone wrong, and this one as well, if Voss just went through, you could find yourself off the track. It's not uncommon or anything like that. It's just, you know, you just need to be careful with it, and you should be fine. And Kyle, in our own special chat for great people, like, well, the racers, are, yeah, he's not able to get back by the looks of it. He's not happy with the game, so I really hope that we get him back, though, because, you know, you don't want to lose competitors already. And we've had no word on Pete. I don't think I've seen him reappear. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? As Bill almost decided to go wets. And that sort of gives a good indication of the track conditions. Obviously, it's been raining the whole time. But is it still Inter's conditions? I think it is. This is good for Khalifa, really, because I think it is a little heavier than it was at the start. As Pete does go on wets himself as well, so it looks like he's back. So it looks like we're into full wet conditions now. And that would mean that Khalifa gets that P2. Which is, well, he'll take that, won't he? I mean, he's saying in the chat, oh, he's DNF'd, it won't make a difference, Jay, but he'll stay second. It makes a rather big difference if the track doesn't improve anymore. You're sat pretty right now on the front row. But at the moment, we're still watching Voss as he heads round. And, you know, I always like to go on about the typhoon weather. This was on the first day the game came out. The ILR League. We did a 25% race run here. I was running rather well in it, but we got a typhoon condition, and it actually led to a safety car. So it does happen, but I'd like to see that. Come on, game, do it. Now I want to see what Pete's gonna be like on these tires. It's gonna be 1 second now. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, let's just run on board. It certainly looks a lot better on board with Pete, but, like I say, not quite a typhoon. But, one day we'll get a wet typhoon ILR qualifying, or race. That's a dream. But, I don't know if we already have or not, but it looks like Pete's not looking great on his tires anyway. So, into the pits he goes. But yeah, it certainly seems too wet to get major improvements, unless it starts to sort of calm down again. That's the issue with the best conditions potentially being at the start. It sort of makes the rest of the qualifying a bit stale. So, apologies if I end up repeating myself a little bit here, but I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Only 3 minutes to go. I guess we can do it running order at the moment. I don't see it changing dramatically. We've got Pete from Khalifa, Biesma, Voss, Bill, OKK, Baza, Kyle. That makes no sense. Right, so Pete's retired from the session. Khalifa's on pole. I imagine that'll change. I don't think that's genuine. I think the game's had a bit of a seizure there and had a bit of a glitch. I don't think that that's meant to happen. Oh, geez, did we get... Oh, yeah, I forgot. We did get typhoon conditions in an ILR1 China, but I wasn't there for that one. We need to talk about ones that I actually was in, okay? Anyway, I think we should ignore what's happening on the screen right there. I think Pete should still be top. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. I think it should. What? I don't get this. What's happening there? We'll find out at the end of the game change it. Maybe we've just been given the wrong information the whole session. Seems rather unlikely. But anyway, let's just try and run through the order then. We'll go by what's on screen, sure, at the moment. Khalifa, Pete, Biesma, Voss, Bill, OKK, Bazet, Jacko, Jono, Proper, Risky Racer, Philip, Paul, Whiteout, Crazy Flat Rob, Kyle, Jess, Not Fernando, and Murdoch. But I think the top tier is subject to change. And we're seeing a lot of people going very slowly on the track. Oh, yikes, that was a bit close. I mean, yeah, I don't really think anyone's able to improve at the end of this. And, yeah. I guess we just have to wait and see what's going to happen at the end of this. Let's see if anyone's actually doing a lap. We've got Jacko, who's just retired. Jono, is he up? Is it even possible to be going up at this point? I don't think he's going to be. But if he'd like to finish the lap, I'd happily watch it. But yeah, expect those top two to change again, because you can clearly see that Pete's Fane is still purple on the gap. It's a strange one. I don't really know what's happening at all. So I'm going to just stop guessing and watch it. Anyway, it should be a dry race. It starts off, I believe, sunny and then gets a bit cloudy. But no rain. So, yeah. Oh, Jono! He doesn't like that corner, does he? He's not very good at it. He's went off twice there, and I've caught it both times. He may have even went off more than that, you never know. But, yeah. It should be a dry race, so that means everyone's going to get to use their proper strategies. They can all start on the softs. Ultras shouldn't be touched at all today. They should really be thrown in a bin and burnt. But we should be fine on the tyre strategy. So it just should be softs to mediums, rather simple. Or maybe medium to soft, vice versa. But there should be no need to worry about tyres today. Because if it was dry, we could have... Oh my goodness. Risky Racer drifting his way off to Narnia. And spinning, trying to get back on nearly. But, yeah. If it was a dry qualifying, we would have had to worry about the, you know, ultras. Some people would have inevitably went for the glory pole position. But luckily, we didn't have to worry about that today. And ultras, just for anyone in other tiers, if you didn't know that already, they're useless. Unless you're expecting rain 2 laps into a race. It's not necessarily the best idea, and Risky Racers tried to kill himself into the entry of the pit lane, failed, and just decided to retire anyway. And there goes his front left end plate. We all love the front left end plates. Here comes OKK. I don't think he's improved. He hasn't. Hopefully we see the order sort of resumed back to what it should be now, with Pete on pole from Khalifa. Obviously, in terms of a dramatic championship fight, it would be much better to have Khalifa on pole. No offence to Pete there. But, you know, we've got to see that gap closing down. Let's see. Does it fix itself? It doesn't fix itself. So, I guess we were just given the wrong info earlier on, because it looks like Khalifa... Did maybe Pete have an invalid time? It won't... Let's see. Did Pete have an invalid lap? Yeah, because look, he's done his lap there and there's nothing wrong with it. The 21.5. Huh. Did the DC do it? It's hard to tell. I don't really know what's happening there, but maybe it'll get fixed on the grid? I mean, it's only one position, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily going to be the end of the world. Unless he... I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know what's going to happen here on the grid. We've got 17 viewers. Once again, ILR7 are getting all the viewers. I'm so happy about this. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. I'm not starstruck, I'm just happy. And, yeah, we should be seeing the front row change, but I don't think we're going to. I think the game has sort of worked against Pete here. I think the DC might have sort of shifted championship position, or not championship position, grid position. I can't confirm that, but that's my best guess. So, it's a 14-point gulf between those two. I say it's a gulf because it probably won't be done in this one race, but you just never know. So maybe, for, you know, dramatic sake, it'd be much better to have Khalifa on pole, but we'll just have to wait and see. I wonder what the chat's saying about it. I like the actual... A lot of people's places have changed. Just saying in our actual just ILR7 general chat, a lot has gone on there, and I think a lot of people have had issues with their positions actually changing. So I don't really know what's happening there, but Codemasters have went and sorts of screws a few people over. I think Proba says he's went up a place. Obviously Khalifa's went up a place. Who else has went? Kyle, yeah, he's dropped to 16th. I assume he wasn't meant to be there before. Yeah, it appears if anyone went to the full wet, it's sort of jogged with their lap back by one. I assume. I think that's incredibly unfair, but I think that's what's happened. Obviously, oh dear, Howitch is in the chat, and Jack wants to have a chat with him. He'll be aware of that now. I told him, but yeah, I think we've been a bit done here, but oh well. Let's just go through the revised order then once again. It is Khalifa from Pete, Beesman, Voss, Bill, OKK, Baza, Jacko, Jono, Opa, Risky Racer, Philip, Paul, Whiteside, Crazy Van, Rob, Kyle, Jess, Not Fernando, and Murdoch. We've got 2 starters on the medians being Baza and Propa. The rest are all on the soft. As I said, to be rather simple the strategy today. And we're in for a bit of a manufactured grid here. As Propa as well gets disqualified for Risky Race, so a lot of people are going to be end up just starting on the grid earlier. And yeah, well, nearly on 20 viewers, nearly on 20 viewers at the start of this race then. So we've got 34 laps ahead of us here at the German Grand Prix here in ILR7. It's the first race of the week. Hope everyone's looking forward to it. I certainly am. We appear to be missing Not Fernando, unfortunately. There he is. Just taking his time there to line up at the back of the field, and we've got the green flag at the back. We should be waiting for the 5 red lights to come on ahead of the drivers. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 lights. Lights out, away we go. Poor start from Khalifa. Pete may have a chance towards turn 1, but he also has a poor start. Beesman up to P2 side by side. There's a few cars swapping positions and going a bit wide there, but we've got Beesman now ahead of Pete at the start, but on the inside the Ferrari should get back past, and Beesman goes wide, so Pete keeps that P2. There's a bit of contact towards the back. I think Bill's had a good start up to P4. Voss has fallen down, I think, and is under some pressure from OKK, looking at trying to go for a move. Will Pete fancy a dive bomb as well? Anyone going to go for anything further back? We need to just hope that Pete sort of keeps his head in this one. Obviously there's a, you know, unfortunate situation, but he just has to get on with it now. And just trying to figure out who's been damaged on the start, because there's definitely some debris, wasn't there, from a few people. A bit more side by side up ahead there, but looks like Crazy Fan Rob's damaged. I sure saw more front wing flying off, but I'm sure we'll figure that out when we see people pitting. And looks like Probe has been in Narnia. There he is. Narnia is a calling, and he's lost his whole front wing by the looks of it, as he had contact to put him in Narnia. We'll need to find that one out. But Khalifa getting away, fastest lap, leader still at the end of lap 1, and Probe, he hasn't lost his whole front wing, but I imagine there's some considerable damage, and he will be into the pits. I believe he is the only one into the pits, in fact, which I find rather surprising, because there was some definite damage on Crazy Flan Rob's car, and Bill is now making the move on Beesma. So the 2 Mercedes boys getting their way at the field and doing everything they need to do to try and dethrone this guy at the top. Pete, currently second, really starting to pressure for the lead now. Once DRS gets involved, we're in for a great battle between these 2. But Pete has seriously used quite a lot of DRS in the early stages. He's really gone for it, and he's pushing possibly a little too hard. That little dip onto the dirt there could put Bill in a position, and look at that for a tank slapper from OKK down in the background. Luckily he was well, able to keep it on the track there. And Beesma, I guess, is in this fight as well. I know he's been overtaken only just there now, but as Jono's gone wide again there, he's very good at it. And there's now contact with Paul. Off the track goes the Red Bull, and he is just falling all the way down there. The 14th as Baza and Jacko and Philip all go for it towards turn 1. Let's go back to the leaders. We now got DRS enabled, and we're going to get Pete using a rather massive straight here. Well, he says it's straight. It's more sort of bendy straight. And let's see, DRS overtake mode. Plenty of fuel to use as well if he needs it. and he's going to maybe go a little late. He's just driven clean to the back of him, though. He was sort of indecisive with that move there, Pete, and it's costing him there. He's into the lead at the moment, but he has smashed his front wing. Front left end plate is gone on the Ferrari, and will we have to see him into the pits? It was really indecisive, as I said. He just never really went for it. He was close, but he just didn't move. So we should see Khalifa back past. You can already see Pete going off the track and struggling. And in these early stages, this almost certainly would put Pete on a 2-stop if he would have to pit. Let's see, does the Ferrari peel into the pit lane? Of course he doesn't. He has to keep going, doesn't he, really? But at what cost? He's really struggling already. But he appears to have pace. He's pulling away. So can he handle that front wing all the way to the pit lane? And will the two Mercedes possibly start fighting each other? That could help Pete to pull away as well. But yes, we shall see. Because it's certainly with only 2/10 separating the two Mercedes, it's certainly going to help Pete out quite considerably. But he will inevitably come under some fire. But for now, we've got two Mercedes going for it. Bill nearly out of ERS. I think there may be contact there. There is contact. Khalifa now. It's his turn to crash into the back of Pete. And once again, just after the contact last lap, Khalifa loses a place. Bill up into P2. And he's made quite the charge, I think, from P5 on the grid, I believe. He's gone a bit wide there now. He doesn't want to get too overeager. And he has come from P5 on the grid. And, you know, Bill now, he's a bit low on ERS. He really just needs to be careful here. He needs to drive around strategically and not be, you know, sending it off the track every corner. I don't know if he's got damage. I don't think he does. He just needs to sort of calm down a bit. And we'll see what happens with him. But, yeah, at the moment, Pete he's handling it okay. I mean, even though we saw the two Mercedes swapping places, going off the track and all sorts, they are struggling. Or not struggling, sorry, Pete is struggling. And we've got Voss now in DRS at Beasley, who's in DRS at Khalifa, and so on up to the lead. So we're getting a bit of a DRS trade now. And Pete is going to be looking in his mirrors. I must say, it looks like a much better exit from Bill, but he has not got the ERS to fight with. What's he going to do? Is he going to just have to use all of it and just go for a late lunge? This is for the lead. He is now fully out of ERS. And late on the brakes, just not late enough to go up the inside. But at the moment, he appears to have another good exit. I mean, Pete is on 0 and Bill's on 1 ERS. Pete has got more to use, and that was just stupid. I said Bill needs to be patient now. You could see that was never working, really, from the outset. And it's going to cost him a place here to his own teammate. And now we're going to see the two Mercedes are fighting again. And, you know, we saw once, back in Australia, once the two Mercedes got into a fight for the lead, and they just squabbled too much. It actually ended up, I think, with both of them in the wall. They were pushing so hard. So they just both need to be careful. Both need to keep their heads here and not repeat Australia. They need to keep themselves in this. They've been given a golden opportunity to win this race. Pete is in some real trouble with his broken front wing. If he gets passed by one, he'll get passed by them all. He needs... They both need to just drive this rather strategically here and not just go kamikaze. One guy who could obviously affect this, though, is Biesma. If he ends up putting a... well... new face into the battle, let's say. And sort of ruin it for everyone. But yeah, we'll see anyway. Here comes Khalifa onto Bill. And Bill has been saving that ERS now. He's sort of realised, yeah, if I'm going to go for this win, I need to sort of start getting a move on. Bill, of course, he won, I think, in Spain, I believe. And Khalifa won in Bahrain. So they're both winners this season. I'm trying to think of who won the last race. Of course, Munsterlot, of course. How can I forget that? It was a great drive, wasn't it? So, yeah, I mean, Pete with the 3 race wins and the 3 retirements. Is he going to get another retirement today? We'll have to wait and see. That front wing, will he inevitably start to struggle with it? I think he will. And I just wonder as well, actually, if will he even just change it when he goes into the pits? Will it be worth it to change it? Because with that 5-car DRS trade, he'll almost certainly come out in 5th. But yeah, do be active in the chat. Do let me know what you're thinking of the race so far. Let me know what you think Pete is going to end up doing here. And maybe some predictions for the winner. It's lap 7 already. Early stage, but we seem to have 5 realistic contenders at the moment. So do let me know what you think. But here comes Bill. He has saved some ERS up. He's used it all up again. And there is no overtake to show for it. So he hasn't been able to get past. This hasn't worked out for him again. But he's got a good exit though. And he's using every last bit of his battery. And maybe in the long haul that could work out for him. But once again, not brave enough to go for the move. We know what happened last time. He nearly ended up spinning himself and Pete round. But Pete gets onto the grass and is starting to really struggle. We're going to get a freeway fight for this lead if these two up top not careful. And look how close it is now. Beesman's going to be sitting back now and sort of thinking, when am I going to get involved with this? Because this really could ignite into a very good battle. But Bill has really gone and got that completely wrong, hasn't he? And there goes his teammate. And, well, Pete is sort of getting away with it here, isn't he? I mean, every single time somebody gets close to you, it just doesn't work. Pete is, he's got an aura around him after what happened to him qualifying. He sort of maybe deserves to have an aura around him, but yeah, somehow he's staying ahead at the moment of the pack. His teammate Risky Racer into the pits, and Paul Prix second time penalty as well. And oh, we got two Mercedes going for it side by side. They make contact, and well, we could see Pete getting out of DRS now, and he is 1.2 seconds clear. I don't really think Bill knows what he's doing, being brutally honest with you right here. He's really sort of handing this to the Ferrari ahead. We've got Jake there in the chat saying he's got the memories of Germany. Oh, I know what, man. It's still a painful loss. I've still never been able to watch you win as well. I missed Russia when you finally got your redemption for that. And I'm gonna miss you this weekend as well. So you better not have any more issues this weekend or win. You can finish second, but no higher, okay? And don't DC. But that was heartbreaking. Everyone didn't see ILR2 last season in Germany. We had a great race from Jake. He was gonna win that one. He was gonna make the overtake, and then he DC'd. It's quite tragic. But, yeah, hopefully we don't see that happen again at some point. We've got Archie down in the chat saying that Pete's going to bottle it. As I said, you would expect it, wouldn't you? But it's just... He's just got the aura around him after what happened in qualifying. It's just... Nothing's working. Nothing is working for him. Yet it is working. It's weird. I can't explain it. And I'm sure Pete probably can't explain it. He keeps looking behind him saying, oh my god, there's a Mercedes right up behind me. But then he looked behind 20 seconds later to find, oh, he's gone. So at the moment it looks like Bill is now starting to lose some pace, by the way, as well. He's under pressure from Beesma. This top five is starting to separate by a little bit now. Murdoch, by the way, from the back of the grid, has just made a move to go P11. That's not a bad race from him so far, is it? In the McLaren. We've got Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness likes cats. That's great. Great input, I must say. No, I sort of got rid of graphics by accident. Oops. It's better. Now we've got Khalifa into DRS again. Come on, surely. Right? It has to be it now. They're both on identical ERS, but Khalifa's going to have the DRS as well. Surely we've got a move for the lead coming soon. There's only a certain amount of time before Pete can sort of realistically start to lose pace, because on that front left end plate being missing, trust me, I know from plenty of experience, your tyre wears oil, it could just get really bad, and eventually towards the end of a stint you're just not going to be able to make any of the corners. But at the minute it looks like Pete's just really doing well. It's surprising. I don't get it. I mean, you gotta praise him for it, but it's crazy how he's not lost the lead yet. Whiteside was having a go there, but I think it was Kyle who actually got ahead in the hairpin just before. So we're into the pit stop window nearly. It's not too long before we see the first pit stops, and I wonder if it will be Pete first, because, well, just as I was saying about the loss of grip, it looks like everyone's now starting to catch up to him as Khalifa sets his fastest lap of the race. Pete goes wide. Yellows. OKK. He's found himself off in Narnia there. Pit lane to his right. Will he just peel off into it? No, we will not. So, yeah, we'll ignore him for a bit, see what he does later on. But here comes Khalifa. And look behind for Bill. What's he going to do? Because here comes Khalifa to take the lead back at last of the German Grand Prix. Does Pete run into him this time, or does he manage to manoeuvre the hairpin without any major drama? We're going side by side now on the exit, and there's been no contact, so you're going to give it to him. But it looks like Pete has been able to defend this lead for now. And looks like Philip. I thought Philip was in trouble as well, but I think Kyle has just passed him. I don't know if there's any damage to the Force India, but I certainly saw him with OKK. They were sort of the closest together at the time of the incident. OKK, I guess he had no damage. Maybe it was just a genuine spin. But for now, he's okay. And well, when we see a pit stop this lap, it's going to be soon anyway. And Khalifa. He must be a little frustrated now, as well as really Pete, and I guess Beasley to a certain extent as well. I know Beasley's really not been in this race yet, but I just have a feeling he's just going to go and nick this win. I don't know if it's just me or not, but I have a feeling he's going to just nick this off all of them, because the top three have all collectively managed to screw up their chances in their own sort of separate way. Khalifa should have got past on the last lap. Bill should have been passed ages ago, and Pete, he broke his front wing unnecessarily and he's somehow still in the lead. And that's keeping Beesman in it, and he could just spring a surprise. You never know. He could just stick it into the pit early and win this thing. Especially if the top two start fighting again. Here we go on the inside, tries Khalifa there. Wants to sort of try and scare Pete wide. It's never really going to work though, was it? But yeah, certainly trying a bit more creative moves, I think, Khalifa. But he has to sort of get past at some point. And Pete's always struggling in the third sector with his front wing damage. I think everyone's getting so close. I mean, Beasley was a second behind before. He's already got that down to nearly 8 tenths on Bill, as everyone just gets Constantine up together and stuck. But here we go again. DRS. As Beasley, as I said, takes the early pit stop. Hopefully he doesn't come out in any major traffic. He could find himself in the lead of this race in a moment. Oh my goodness, and that was flashbacks to Australia right there, as Khalifa just lost it. And look, there's Propa spinning it ahead of him on the cool tyres. And well, Bill actually was about to be overtaken by his teammate again, but at this point they really can't afford to lose any more time. Beesma pretty much net second as a result of that, and with Pete's potential front wing changing coming, this guy could well take the lead here. And yeah, whew. Hate to say I'm really good at my predictions, but here's Philip and Kyle. I'm not going to celebrate just yet. Oh, there's contact there between those two. Got a bit too close for comfort there, I would have thought. Apparently Archie's getting a kitten. That's good for him. And yeah, Jake making the same point as me. How has no one overtaken Pete? Who knows? I don't know. We've got Yuri here as well. So hello, nice to see you. Happy with the waves. We've got 3 lovely waves there. But let's see then. Bill into the pits. We should see him fall down the field a little bit there now. After sort of just being held up. Propa and Khalifa both collectively just sort of ruined his race and Khalifa's respectively there when it comes to trying for the win. Let's see Beesma. He's now on the back in his train though, that's the issue. He can't get held up in it too much, but there's Bill. And Beesma, Whiteout could stop this, and Whiteout does stop it as Bill dives down the inside as contact. Archie said there was no dive bone on here, did he not? As Beesma goes wide. No, you've made my predictions wrong. This is not allowed to happen. Come on, I gotta be right about something today. You nearly had it. You nearly had it. Now Bill, I think, has got away. He's got that extra sec. Oh my goodness me, it's all going on there. I think Whiteout's hit the back of Beesma. Had to try and avoid, hasn't worked out too well. And now we're side by side with that was never working, and Beesma's had yet another setback as Kyle spins into his path. And well, this wasn't going any worse for my predictions. It's just got completely disastrously wrong as Kyle on the inside of Philip turns round, and really that was never going to work, let's be honest. Down the inside there, it was a pipe dream. He thought he was going to get through, but Bill gets away with that one. But all that fighting should see these two actually end up being 1-2 again. If not, well, that's if Pete keeps his front win, of course, but we'll have to wait and see if he decides to change it or not. I'm sure if he saw what was going on behind him, he would say, absolutely, I'm changing this front wing. But, yeah, maybe not. No, we've seen enough setbacks for Beesman. Maybe he needs to start getting a move on now. And he's already doing that. Diving down the inside of Whiteside. And well, in an ideal world, he's going to want to fly past Bill as well. But he's not really got the exit very good here. And Beesman actually could end up being overtaken again. And all this fighting, yeah, that's why you need a good gap to pit out of. And it's been proven rather well here that stuck in traffic means you're a bit screwed. But we don't know their pace compared to Pete or Khalifa, so who knows? They could still somehow be faster. And it looks like Khalifa's now starting to catch Pete up again. Look for the Ferrari into the pits now in this lap, and Khalifa will stay out. So let's see. Will we see a front wing change? Trying to see, they've got a new front wing out then for the Ferrari driver. This will put him into the traffic at least. And Khalifa now needs to bomb it around the track. Even after that huge mistake, the three guys challenging him have all been caught in traffic or making mistakes, so having to change the front wing. And there you see Pete falling right down. And looks like Voss has even jumped him as well. So Pete, yeah, as I thought, will fall down to 5th in that train. And Beesma, this is for the lead, I think. I think this is for the lead. Only 17.3 seconds the gap to Khalifa. These guys are quick on the new mediums, and Beesma needs to be aware this could be a move for the lead. Let's see, is he going to go for it? He may feel a little robbed to not be ahead of Bill at the moment, but it is a Mercedes 1-2 as it stands. But I have a feeling it's going to change. We're nearly at the halfway point in this race now. So really there's no reason for Khalifa to still be out there. He's done nearly half the race in those tyres. It's getting to the point where you're losing any advantage that the mediums are going to give you if you stay there for too long. So expect to see the pit icon pop up beside his name. There it is. And Bill and Beesman, there's nowhere really to pass, but Bill, I thought we were seeing another Sebastian Vettel there for a second, if I'm being brutally honest with you. But luckily not. So Khalifa's got away onto his new set of mediums. Look to the right hand side of the screen now. We are not seeing the guys coming through. So looks like Khalifa is going to get out okay at the end of it all. And it is Mercedes 1-2. Well, there you go. Everyone who wanted that has got that. Now, this could be extremely significant in a championship. Khalifa at the moment is going to gain 15 points here on Pete. That will give him the championship lead by a single point. So where we are at the moment, we are poised to see a new championship leader, and it is just by the slimmest of margins, isn't it? And yeah, Pete is going to need to head around now and start bombing in some good laps. He was good with a broken front wing. He only needs to get one player so he's back in the lead again. And that'll be about 1 point. So, yeah, we've got some fighting in the midfield. I know we haven't watched these guys too much, mainly because the top 5 have been having their own fun. That's been more interesting. But, yeah, we got OKK just being overtaken there by Jacko. And, Baza. That's a shame. Baza looks like he got damaged earlier on there. He was on the mediums to start with, and I think Pro Opa, obviously we saw Pro Opa had all sorts of problems, didn't we? So now looks like Beast caught back up to Bill. Bill's caught up to the leader again, and we could see some more battling. We're now officially into the second half of this race, and looks like Pete is taking back the championship lead. There it goes. So he'll be now net leader by a single point, which is still, you know, very close, but the Ferrari name will stay on top. It's been on top since the start of the season in Australia, and at the moment he is guaranteed to be keeping that lead. Doesn't matter what happens ahead of him now. All he needed was 4th, just to make sure he was okay at the top, just to sort of help him out there. And Bill I was wondering why it did that a bit oddly into there, and that's because Beastman was on his inside. But there was no move, and now nearly 2 seconds separates Bill from Khalifa. And once again, it's like the leaders just have an aura around him. I know I've kept saying this today, but it just seems that anyone wants to even have a little sniff at a chance. Not happening. Someone's going to go wrong for you. Beastman's starting to get impatient now behind Bill, and I just hope they don't take each other out, honestly, because we could see Pete get involved with this, and it would become a very fun battle. Bill leaves maybe a bit too much space on the exit through the Parabolica. Oh, Beastman, why has he done that? He's went for the outside instead of the inside. Okay, gets in trouble. We're going 3 wide. Wow, there goes Pete into P2. That's brilliant driving. What a move. And he gets ahead of the two of them. That's some great driving. We still got Beastman making some contact with Bill there. Look at the boss as well at some point. But we've got Pete there up to P2. Talk about opportunistic. Brilliant driving. Now, we saw some yellow flags, and that was for OKK. I think he may have had a spin. And yellows. Who's that for? Is that not Fernando just letting the leaders through? It could well be. Oh my goodness, where's Voss? Oh, flipping out. Luckily, not Fernando sort of saw that when I did, and he sort of moved. I thought we were going to see a bit of an airplane crash there for a second. Whiteside getting close to the back of Phillip as well. We'll keep an eye on that one. But now you got Beastman on Bill, and you know what? We're going to go side by side into turn 1. Oh, thank God for that. Luckily, Beastman decides, nah, let's not do that. Let's just pass him in a place where I can actually get by. What does he have to do to get past? For some reason on the last lap he decided to go for the outside line, which was never going to work through Parabolica. And that's what put Pete past him. And Pete's now flying along. He's already going to take the lead in a very short amount of time, I imagine. And Beastman, well, it's too little too late to make that move, but he has made the move. So up into the podium positions he goes. But you got to say, he really should have had this done ages ago, and Bill may still find his way back past if he's not careful here, Beastman, so regrets, I'm asking, are probably going to be had at the moment. But, yeah, you never know. Maybe there's still a chance for him. Maybe I'm getting opportunistic at this point now. No. What else is out now? Like I said, I haven't really looked at the rest of the pack today so far. This is sort of the first time the leading battle sort of calmed down a bit. And why is that? What? Why? Huh? I know I saw nothing out there. I thought he was letting people through. I think it may have just been a mistake. But what's happened to Pete? He's lost a second and a half, nearly. We obviously didn't see it, but looks like Pete's now lost some time. So, yeah, Voss, by the way, is in this now, too. This is why I'm not able to look at the midfield battle. I think Voss is in some trouble there. He is. I think on the exit of the Sachs curve, he's had a spin. That might be what happened to not Fernando as well. So I saw him on the grass there. Yellows, sector 2. Not the leaders, I don't think. So, oh, it is. No, it is. It's Voss. Voss, I think, went for a dive bomb or something. You know, he's lost his front. Well, he's definitely lost his front wing on the right. Look, but yeah, what's caused that we don't know. But it is actually from the leaders. It's Voss in trouble, and well, that could give Whiteout another position there. And well, for the driver with the best helmet design on the grid, he deserves to win, honestly, for every race. But that's not allowed to happen, is it? That'd be called fixing. But unfortunately, the top 4 now are very much separated. And now, the gain for Khalifa will only be 7 points, which, well, he'll take it, won't he? If he can get there to the end of the race, 7 points would be the gap at the top of the championship, and you know, suddenly we'd be in a position where it would be, you know, punch for punch, possibly, in the last few races. We're only going to have 4 after this, remember. Italy, USA, Japan, got it in the end, and Brazil. As Jono, first retirement of the race, took us 22 laps to get there. What took you all so long? I meant to drive clean. You meant to give me stuff to talk about. And is that his favourite corner Jono's gone off at? We know Jono likes to go off at the start of the last sector every 5 minutes, and as it finally killed him this time. Where is he? Where is he? Don't know. He might have just disappeared, quite well, being honest with you. I can't see him. I'm gonna say he's been taken by aliens. And just go with that. So, yeah, John has been taken by some aliens. Unless his car emerges now. Although it may have just DC'd. Well, yeah, basically just disappeared at this point. But yeah, that, like I said, it's our first retirement. Only took 22 laps. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't think we've seen retirement rates that low in a while. That may sound like a bad thing, but it's good. Because it means this one's good. But, yes. I mean, Pete fully deserves to win this one, though. That's the thing. What do we want for as an audience here? Do we want... Pete deserved pole. He literally got pole but had taken away from him by the game. So he should have started on pole for the first place. He made that mistake though and hit the back of Khalifa. That's what's put him behind Khalifa now because he had got ahead of him rather quickly, hitting him on the way, but still had passed him. But the front wing change has got him in some trouble. If it finishes like this, the gap will be 7 points at the top. If Pete gets past, it'll be 21. So it's fully a 14-point swing right now at the moment, depending on what happens here. But yeah, some people will say, you know, just through qualifying and that double overtake on the back straight, they should take this one. By the way, if you missed that, you can look back at it. It was a couple of laps ago now, but I'll put it on my Twitter and my Instagram anyway because it was a cracking move. Voss, so that front wing damage finally pits. And shout out once again to this guy, Murdoch, and he started right at the back, and Kyle as well, Whiteout too. They've all made 9. Murdoch now making 10 places as Voss leads the session, so we've now got our second guy to drop out. But yeah, these guys have been making moves. They have been going up there. I might have missed all of it, but I don't really know where it's happened, but oh well. And now Fernando's gone as well. Jesus, I just had to say it, didn't I? I just had to say, wow, these guys are doing so well. You know, we're all driving cleanly, and now you've all started crashing. And now there's yellow flags. Are we going to see that retired Williams? Is that him? It is. And Khalifa now into some traffic. So this is going to be... Well, actually, this will give him DRS, will it not? I was going to say this will be where maybe Pete would catch up, but I think we're going to see some DRS, possibly. Not quite. But, yeah, there was a chance. Now, Bill has pitted for a second time. Huh? Yeah, for softs. I don't know if that was the smartest decision. He may have just thrown away P3 there. Or P4, sorry. But, we'll see how that works out for him, but he's got such a big gap. And, right. What's happened here, then? You see, now, because Beesma's passed Pete, and Pete's broke his whole front wing off, all of it is gone. Was that possibly an incident with a back marker? Because we've now lost Crazy Flan Rob. And are we going to see the Pete's curse continue? I was saying this earlier, where Pete either wins or retires. But, yeah, this is really odd. We've seen Pete lose his front wing. We don't know how. I'm theorising that it could be due to an incident with Crazy Flan Rob. I know he was very much close to him. It's happened at the hairpin. Has Pete just got his braking wrong again? We saw it happen with Khalifa when he ran into the back of him, but has it happened here with Crazy Flan Rob as well? I don't think Beesma had anything to do with it. I don't think he had anything to do with that there. But yeah, we lost Crazy Flan Rob now as well from this one. And Pete, well, yeah. Anyway, back to Bill. I don't really know what his idea was with his strategy. Not only has he had a bad strategy call, I think, but he's maybe missed what happened to Pete. Darn you, man. Hope you never win the race ever again. Yeah. Right, so Pete has come back out in P7. Hopefully he keeps his head. But that, of course, and all goes without saying, that Khalifa's back in position to take the chance to lead once again. And he's going to be taking it by... Quick maths here. I can't count. What is it? 5 points. Is it 5 points? Yes, it's 5 points. He's taking it by 5 points. Believe me, it's 5 points. 5 points. 5. I'm gonna get my calculator right. Just to be absolute. Yes, it's 5 points. You'll be ahead by 5 points. Okay, you heard me? 5 points. 5. So what that means, Pete has to get a bit of a move on here, and obviously as a result of all that chaos, podium for Whiteout. I imagine this has probably come out of nowhere for him, just as much as come out of nowhere for me. But driver today, possibly. Like I say, just for his helmet design alone, I really like it. Suits his car well. Maybe he's just get rewarded just for that on its own. As we're just seeing John leave now. He's seen enough. He wants to leave now and have a day off. But yes, let's see what the chat said about what just happened there. We've got Jake sort of shadowing what I said there with what the F are you doing, Bill? And we don't really know what his idea was of that. I mean, he would have been on for a podium now if he just stuck it out for another 30 seconds. Khalifa's been gifted the win. He has at this point, but Pete's crashed twice in this race, so you could say that. Everton, love it. Makes the championship race more interesting now, as that is true. 5 point gap now, and Mercedes will be leading the championship at the end of this race. As long as we get no drama for him, I still predicted that Beesman would win this race, but he's so painfully slow. I wonder if he did have the incident with Pete. Is the front wing? No, there's no front wing damage. I don't get it. No, there is still a chance Bill will get the podium, but I just feel he could have maybe not bothered with doing that. Maybe he wanted to do it for a bit more fun. Maybe he felt a bit more fun to do that. But now the Champions League goes down to 3 points, as we see Pete up into P6 now. OKK into the pits. Onto some ultra soft tyres and a new front wing for him. I don't think anyone's going to gain out of that one though. From behind, I mean. But yeah, race against time now for Whiteside. Does he in the remaining 6 laps, I was about to say 5 laps, sort of expecting that to change, but Khalifa's like a full sector ahead of him. In the next 6 laps, does Whiteout have enough in the tank to keep Bill behind him? Honestly, Bill's racecraft hasn't been that good today. That could save Whiteout's podium. Let's see penalties. We don't normally see penalties here. It's not really a thing that happens with regular corner cutting. It's only sort of rare occasions. Now, Beesman had a warning there on lap 25. Is that the lap? I'm doing some investigation here. Oh no, hit Jess. Yeah, so Crazy Flying Rob had a collision then with Pete. So that is what's happened there, and it's then led to Crazy Flying Rob jacking it in and retiring. Has Whiteout got any penalties? No. Has Bill? Yes, that will certainly save Whiteout then. Whiteout should take home that podium. I'm not sure if it will be his first or not, but it will certainly, if he can get there, be a very popular one, I would have thought. I like him anyway. I think he's a good driver. He's certainly deserved it with the amount of possessions he's gained. Now 11. Super driving today. And we've now got only 5 laps to go. Now, you can see Pete's pushing. He knows that he has to pass 2 more cars to take back the championship lead by the end of today. If he passes the car ahead of him, which is Philip, which he should do, that'll mean the gap is 1 point. Somehow, we'll end up with him back in 5th place again after making all the way back up. And we'll be going into Italy, the Temple of Speed, with quite an interesting prospect in the championship. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next, because this will be the first time Pete doesn't lead the championship. How will he respond to it? How will he fight back? He won the first 2 races. He was home and dry almost. We were almost sort of giving him the championship trophy by the end of Australia, but at the moment he looks to possibly not be winning it. We maybe taking that one back. We kept the receipt, or maybe I don't know. Yeah, we kept the receipt. Give us it back. But yes, we'll see what happens. Certainly going to make it very interesting now. It has been a battle that's been coming now for a long time. You know, since the second race, he's only scored 25 points. So you could say in that respect that, well, Khalifa's bounced back after those first couple of races. Obviously, the DNF in Australia was really, it hurt him quite a lot there. He was looking good to win that one with his teammate P2. It all just went wrong. But, I mean, he had no points after the first 2 races, Khalifa. So, yeah. Now, just as well, actually. Bill, will he go to second? I don't know. We've seen there's Pete passed. By the way, Philip. Just there's the proof. It did happen, I promise. But will Philip get back past him? I don't really think there's much point in trying, if I'm being honest with you. But there's that expected move then. No. There is a chance. There is still a chance, okay? 3.3 seconds, the gap to Bill. Bill, who's about to go into a battle. Pete hasn't got a single penalty. So, Pete could still come out of this race with a 1-point championship lead. He's only got 3 laps though. Is that going to be enough to close a whole 2 tenths? He's got Proper to give him some DRS to help him along. And like I say, Bill's about to engage in a fight. Whatever you used to do, don't crash. That's all that's all I ask. And through Parabolica, DRS now. Bill fighting hard against Whiteout. But Whiteout, will he be aware of the penalty? I hope he is. He's not fighting back anyway. Apologies, hiccup. Not at the moment anyway. But now that helps Bill out actually a little bit more with P4. Oh god, I hate hiccups when you're in the middle of talking. God damn it. Alright, we'll try again. Bill having a car between himself and Pete could actually help Khalifa out, because that could stop the 3-second gap from closing, and it could mean that Pete doesn't take the championship lead back today. I'm saying it as if he's already lost it, but as it stands, he's behind by a point on Khalifa. And entering the final stretch of the season, that could end up being crucial. And Corey's in the chat supporting Jacko as usual. And well, yeah, Jacko in the points again. Now, yeah, 2 in a row. You know, once you start in the points, you're never gonna get out of them, unless you're me, in which case, don't talk about point scoring. But yeah, penultimate lap, and the gap is close to closing. That makes sense. Yeah, it's closed. It's closed. Now this is the real battle for the podium. Pete versus Whiteout. Yellows. That could be one of the leaders. It is. It's Khalifa. So no, don't lose your head yet. Let's not completely bottle this, right? You've got a 17-second lead. Calm yourself. Final lap. Just keep it on the track. Don't bottle another win. Just keep it going. Jesus. But no, the real battle now, I think we're gonna see Pete hitting the championship lead back, but will he get on the podium with it? Will he get third? This is for third. If he can get past Whiteout, the gap is still thereabouts. So, does Bill have enough in the tank? At the moment, he does. Bill is doing the job here for his teammate to take the championship lead right now. finishes like this, with Pete 5th, Khalifa 1st, then it is going to be Khalifa taking championship lead for the first time in ILR, I believe. But look at the closing speed for Pete. Does he go for it? And there's Jess getting in the way. Jess gets in the way there. We've got White out going wide. Oh, Pete may go for this here. On the inside. Oh, they hit. That's like, oh, really risking it there. We had to cut off it though, because here comes Khalifa. At the moment, he's looking like he's going to take the championship lead, but whatever happens behind could change it. To the line, Khalifa wins in Germany, and there goes Pete. He loses it into the wall. He gave it everything. He resets the track, probably the quickest way to get around that one. But he falls down to P6. Championship league goes up to 3 points now for Khalifa, and he should be pretty safe with that one now. Biesma is second. Whiteout is going to take a podium here by just 0.3 of a second. It worked out in the end. Bill nearly got there, but just not quite in the end. Philip 5th, Pete 6th. He loses the championship lead. 3 points behind now in the championship chase. And we've got Kyle, one of the drivers of the day, up to P7. Murdoch as well, just behind him. Great drive from him too. Jacko 9th on the road, but he has a 5-second time penalty, which won't matter to him in the slightest. Here comes Paul. He has been fighting with Risky Racer, I believe, for the last couple of laps. And round the final corner he comes. He should hit the last point. I think Risky Racer's got a couple of penalties on the board. And he does indeed. And here's Baza, the final finisher. Oh, that was a dramatic race, wasn't it? I mean, everything that could have went wrong there for Pete did, unfortunately, except for maybe retirement. Although it did look like there for a second it was going to be. And it also looked like for a second Khalifa was going to be out of this race. He was off the track. He was in Narni. He lost 10 seconds nearly on the penultimate lap, but he just about got to the end. And he takes the championship lead for the first time this season. What a race. ILR7 once again producing great racing on a Thursday night. What a way to start the week. Now, let's just quickly confirm the order here. Khalifa from Biesma, Whiteout Bill, Philip, Pete, Kyle, Murdoch, Jacko, Paul, Baza, Risky Racer, OKK, Jess, Propa, Voss, Chris Van Rob, Not Fernando, and Jono. Now, before we end the stream, I think you may have noticed there's a couple of people with the Austrian flag here. We just want to... Obviously, we saw Nicky Lauda had a pass during the week, so, yeah, I kind of want to dedicate the streams to him this week, because he was obviously rather massive part of F1. There's a few people doing tributes this week. Look out for that during the rest of the week. There'll certainly be plenty more of that to come. And, yeah, just... You gotta give him respect, haven't you? So, yeah, dedicating the streams this week anyway. This one I'm doing for Nicky Lauda. I imagine the others may be doing that as well. But, yeah, thought we'd just close on that one. And thank you again for watching. It's been another cracking race in ILR7. This tier just keeps impressing, doesn't it? Thank you all so much for watching. And, yeah, see you soon. I'm now off to prepare for ILR5. God help me. Oh yeah, and safe travels, of course.